Howdy folks, Johan here, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with some Murders at Karlov, not Markov, Manor premiere drafts. So, we've rolled up a 30 white or blue spell quest today, so obviously that's what we're going to be drafting. We're going to get handed a nice Alquist Proft and some gorgeous detectives and have a grand old time, right? What could go wrong? Do do do. All right. Hopefully, we're going to have a much better showing than yesterday. Queuing on up. Oh, I have not spoken a great deal already today, so I've got a bit of morning voice. My apologies. It is a bit crunchy. Oh, and once again, forgetting to bring up chat. Look at me. Good job, streamer. Okay. Massacre Girl, known killer. Number 2. I mean, it worked out so well yesterday, but come on, I want to see her pop off. So I think we're going to give her another whirl because, look, I think she is a good card. I think just did not have the best deck yesterday. Other cards that I think would be quite good. I do like Insidious Roots. I suspect it's probably not as good as I'd make it out to be. Karlov Watchdog, I think, is probably great. Buried in the Garden, I also think is first pickable. Slice from the Shadows, solid removal. Don't know if it would be a first pick, but we are going with Massacre Girl, known killer. Okay, Soul Enervation, I think, is good removal that can get quite cute. We could go something for a bit Golgari with the Flourishing Bloomkin. Fairy Snoop, I've been a little underwhelmed by. I think there's a lot of times where you just want to play it out on 3 as the 1/4 flyer, and that's not really the best. Being able to give something -4/-4 kills quite a bit, and I think combos well with Massacre Girl in a lot of situations. And if we've got some collect evidence stuff, could be good for some shenanigans. Second Soul Enervation might be a little much, but what else would we take? Snarling Gorehound, get some Surveil for getting ready to collect. Could also try and go in for more of a Rakdosy suspect aggro. Clueland. Oh yes, I've seen that before. It might be the second Soul Enervation is just decent removal that also provides some incidental value potentially. Yeah. Might be a mistake, but I'm not sure what else I really liked from that pack. Okay. Griffknot Tracker, I think, is pretty good. We could go with another white-black deck. Alternatively, there's that Gorehound. Crime Stalker Sprite, I think, is pretty sweet. And gives us something to do with Soul Enervation, so go for sort of a Demir. Or there's that Golgari tempting us. Hotshot Investigators, I think, can be good. But let's maybe try Rakish Scoundrel. We can turn it up for double black, and maybe we want more green. So this is something I'm noticing with play boosters, is I feel a lot more pressured to be effective with my picks, and that is not something I'm very good at. But you get higher card quality, but each pick needs to count more. Topiary Panther, I think, is quite good. Reasonable Doubt has gotten me. I just am not a huge fan of it. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot is the black one. Get some card draw. But I think let's go with the Topiary Panther. Let's go for something green-black. Golgari Beef. Haven't played much green in the format, so... Okay. That's a cute spell. Polygraph Orb. Top 4, no. +3/+3 and Trample. Or search for a basic land card, Rampant Growth with a draw attached. I think let's go for the combat trick. Ansrag's Rampage does not seem super great. Cold Case Cracker. Crocodile. We can turn face up, and we might end up more Sultai. This is seeming like a mess. Insidious Roots we could take at this point. Could also take the Hellion, but we're very high cost at the moment. I think we can take the Insidious Roots and hopefully pick up some more Collect Evidence stuff. We got a second Crocodile. And this is not looking fantastic, but Topiary Panther can help smooth draws. I think we are fairly solidly in green-black. We just need a lot more low to the ground stuff and possibly some fixing to make things a little smoother with those clunky crocodiles. Dramatic Accusation, we might end up playing. Not going to play Griffnaught Tracker, so we'll take a Macabre Reconstruction and the single sad Slime Against Humanity. Krango's Buzz Crusher seems pretty solid, but not what we're doing today. Ooh. Not a lot for green-black here. But we could do Vengeful Creeper, even though that's yet another high drop. But I think we kind of have to. And if we get lucky, pick up some other stuff, we can hopefully cut the crocodiles, I think. Unless we lean into it with Doppelgang. But again, we're pretty high cost already, so Tunnel Tipster, I think, could save us a lot. Hedge Maze could be really good for a splash, but I think the Tipster is better since we're primarily green-black and we have more expensive stuff. Tipster just helps us get to that late game faster and can be a threat on its own. Yeah, Massacre Girl. Ooh, okay. Krenko is not what we're doing. Could do Scene of the Crime. Alternatively, Airtight Alibi is hexproof and protection. Okay. Second Slime Against Humanity. Do not think we are going to be playing that. I think we take the Fixing. It's Fixing that can draw a card late game. Ooh, you can sacrifice it the turn it enters. Because clues don't require a tap. Neato. That makes the crocodiles a little less awkward. Okay, Sample Collector would be a 3-drop, but I think a second Tunnel Tipster is going to be mighty fine, because even if we don't have a huge number of 3s, Disguise is also 3-drop. Yeah. Although that does help out the Insidious Roots and Soul Enervation plan. I don't think that's where we're at. Clint Weaver, another super expensive card. Public Thoroughfare for more fixing, but there's only so many tapped lands that a deck wants. Airtight Alibi, potentially pick up. We might use that as some protection. Cryptex, not great. Loxodon Eavesdropper, we don't have a lot of investigation, so probably a second Rakish Scoundrel. Because Death Touch and Wither, what more could you want? Farm Mortipede. This doesn't feel that great. So many 4-drops. But I don't think something that we're not probably able to play onto a creature is going to be much better. Third Tunnel Tipster, I feel good getting. I think the Inspector could be nice, but again, we are very high cost right now, so more Monodorks, I think, is going to equal more games. Nothing for us here, so we'll pick up the Vampire. Doppelgang, we might actually be able to play, so we'll take it. Slime, sure, for in case we decide to go with that plan, and Hellion we might even actually play. So we're at 18 cards that I feel relatively comfortable playing, and we've got some more on the sideboard, so we can breathe a little easier, but we're certainly not in a fantastic spot at the moment. Killer Among Us is quite expensive. We need more cheap stuff. Actually, I guess that would be our first Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. Because Killer Among Us, so it makes 3/1/1s, and then you get to... So it's basically 5 collect evidence fodder once you sacrifice it, and you can make one of the 3/1/1s a 4/4 with Death Touch. Seems pretty sweet, but again, high on the curve. Let's tone it back for a little while. Assemble the players, not what we're doing, nor is connecting the dots. We do not need the Bomat Courier. Okay. That can be good late game and helps lock down early game, but we could also take pretty much our first 3-drop. That also gives us some repeatable collect evidence. Elegant Parlor, probably not going to help us much, but kind of like our 2-slot at this point. That shouldn't be there. So I don't think the second one is going to help an awful lot. So I'm just going to take that for value. Yeah, I think we're a lot happier with the tipsters. I don't think we have enough collect evidence to really support a second Insidious Roots. Rebel Belt Maverick gets some value and triggers some of our other stuff. So I think we'll go with that on. Another Insidious Roots. Well, in the absence of other ones, I guess we can probably take another Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. Guess so. Glintweaver is quite expensive again. So I believe it's going to be the Vengeful Creeper number 2. Don't think we're playing either of these. But I guess this gives us more variety and options. Guess with the Crocodiles, maybe we have more investigation than I thought. But I will absolutely take a Sample Collector. I was kind of overcommitted already, but man, white is open. Guess we can do a Toxin Analysis. We can do Hedge Whisper. I don't think Cerebral Confiscation is fantastic for what we're doing. Third Slime Against Humanity. We could Slime. I don't think very effectively, but we could. Because it starts out as a 2-2, right? 3 mana, 2-2 trampler. Huh, well, we got the other Insidious roots. I do not think we have enough collect evidence for it, though. I think we can handle the one, but even then, that might be the one on the chopping block. Because, okay, so we've got, that's collect evidence, that exiles itself. That's, okay, that brings us to 4, exile, 5, 6. Yeah, we only have 6 ways to remove things from the graveyard, so I think we cut one of the Insidious roots. Doppelgang is probably at least an 8-drop. We do probably include one island, but we've got Scene of the Crime to support Doppelgang. Or is that just going to... That probably just stretches us too far, doesn't it? It's a cute card. I like it. It can do some very, very gross stuff, but we don't really have... Okay, so we're kind of hoping to play the Crocodiles on 3, and probably same with the Rakish Scoundrels. So, doing that... And then, yeah, we're mostly just looking for double green. Our forest slot is kind of clunky. Doppelgang is probably the most responsible cut, but because we've got some good top end that can get quite scary, I don't think we need the extra power. Yeah. So then let's go. Man, do we even need to go? We actually probably want more green because we actually have some double green spells. We only have one double black spell, and black is really more of a splash. We're almost mono green. Yeah. Whew. Kaleidokley. I got myself way too attached to my first pick. Is that not basically the cardinal sin of drafting? Probably could have had an astounding green-white deck, but c'est la vie. So we've got 17 lands. We've got that helps fix and can draw. I think that's going to be the plan for our mostly green, but technically Golgari deck. Let's go with Nissa, because everyone forgets her Black Splash. The Elves of Lorwyn. Nice little Raptor. And we can go with Witherbloom. And... Go, Gadget, Golgari. With such an amazing array of cosmetics, who will dare to stand before us? Probably everyone, but we'll do our best. Green-black janky mid-range is kinda my jam. So, tomfoolery, will you have any good japes for us? Our mostly green deck with triple black. I think we mulligan. Our trials and tribulations. I think we have to go to 5. Well, that's quite unfortunate. We can disguise that. I think we dump these 2 drops. And we cry ourselves all the way to the park. Well, hey, one more land gets us a Massacre Girl. What do we exile? Probably the Tipster. Man, exile on a mole to 5. Brutal. Come on, land. Ideally a forest. I'd say a green source, but then we'll get the tap land. Oh, thank you, magic gods. And I think we are absolutely okay shipping in and hopefully getting to draw a card. Sick. Okay. Got their Gadget Technician. They're going to kill our Massacre Girl, I'm sure, but we at least got a card out of the bargain. No. Well then, let us crack on in. We have Menace. Hopefully she survives. Beautiful. And the Tipster, I think I would be happy to trade with the Agent. Mill 3 and Investigate. Okay. Opponent is kinda sorta mulching. Oh, the way that overlaps is quite inconvenient on the display. Okay. They play 2-2. I think we will crack in with Massacre Girl, though. They double block. We hopefully draw 2 cards. Okay. They're going to flip something terrifying, aren't they? We could really use creatures, spells, anything other than land at this point, but I was asking for the rest. So this can only make it a 3-3 when attacking. So if we attack in with Massacre Girl, even if we don't have any tricks, we could draw a lot of cards. So I think I'm going to go for it. As minimum, we would draw 3 cards, I believe. Yeah, okay. That was a wise choice, opponent. They have very much been holding back on attacking. So we could take up to 4, 5, 6, unknown, but 8, 9 damage. They are playing Sultai. I wonder if there's a very silly against the odds style deck with Doppelgang. Just trying to do big ramp things and then copy a whole bunch. Fairy Snoop, okay. Snooping around at the speed of sound. Alright. If they do attack with the Agent, I think we block the Agent. Because then we are pretty much guaranteed to draw a card for trading the Tipster. We take some damage, but I'm okay with that for the time being. Okay. Was the human was the killer. Ah, Macabre Reconstruction. Good for recycling some stuff. Especially if they do kill our Massacre Girl here, but we will smack on in. Okay, Bouncer to hand. So that's a 5-drop. So we can Macabre Reconstruction and replay Massacre Girl. So I think we start by replaying Massacre Girl so that we can dodge that kind of counterspell. And then we try and get back 2 creatures that we can hopefully follow up with next turn. Alright. It's sketchy, but we are alive and they are at 8. And we can use Vengeful Creeper to blow that up next turn. Blow up the flight, at least. Although, are they going to fight Massacre? Or actually, probably punch her. Jetsam. Okay, probably going to regrow some of their creatures. Give something indestructible. Fortunately, our things are kind of immune to indestructibility with Wither. The Death Touch is certainly annoying. Undercover Crocodile. Sweet, but we really need to deal with the flyer. So if we... I think we do hold back, and we simply do Tunnel Creeper flip up shenanigans. Okay, because yeah, if we attack, we're kinda very scared on the blocks. I mean, we're very scared on the blocks anyway, but we have more options if they do remove things. We can use stuff to draw cards. I do think we trade the Vengeful Creeper for the Scoundrel if the opportunity presents itself. If they only attack with that trying to get through. We draw a card and helps us survive. Okay. Yep. I do not think we can afford the damage. We do not have an awful lot of reach other than our 2-drop Inspector, right? Could also get some soul enervations. Prevent us from drawing a card. Dun dun dun. Okay, so Crocodile is essentially 8 mana for us. So we can't do that and Tipster, but we can... Yeah, I think we just have to do the 1 so that we can block the 4/4. Well, for a multi-5, I think this has gone admirably. Finish it off. Because if not, we can back you down to 3, investigate, and play out at least 2 bodies. Oh, they had the doppelgang, and we do not have reach. Good game. Okay. That was not a great start, but we're just working out the kinks, right? We might end up, depending on how this next game goes. I think we do have a lot of heavy beaters, so I don't think we need the doppelgang, but we might. I might just be crazy, but this looks a little bit more how we drew it up. Tipster into some face down cards, or another tipster. Leyline of the Guild Pact. They're playing with conspiracies? My goodness. Okay. Perfect mana all day, every day. What? You're not gonna leech me? Yeah, leech me for 3. And that card sucks. Ha 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 ha. What amazing jokes, Johan. I think next turn we probably tipster and hold up Fanatical Strength so that we can get more value off them growing. They are milling like a madman. Okay, Topiary Panther is kind of nice. But yeah, so we'll play that out, hold up Fanatical Strength to potentially block the disguised creature, and then start slamming down one of our own disguised creatures and figure that out. Okay, play lots of lions. Okay, they do not fall for it. So I think we can morph out, disguise out the Crocodile. And I think we still just hold up the Fanatical Strength. Or we could even get spicy and attack with one of our tipsters. Yeah. Good. Telegraph the combat trick. Now they know. Fear us. A panther. So we have access to 6 mana. We cannot cast that, but we can cycle the panther. So I think... If we do Scoundrel, no, that will still be a trade. So I think we hold up flipping the Crocodile to trade with the Panther, and then hope we draw a swamp. If not, we cycle into it next turn. Because we could cycle and just play out Massacre Girl, but I don't like just having a Panther staring us down. So their hothouse is now active, which is a concern. It lets them play... Oh, it will be active end of turn. Okay, I think we do block with our Crocodile. See what they've got. Could be anything, pretty much. Shady Informant. In that case... I think we do just flip it up, and they will probably then use the extra 2 damage to kill it rather than a tipster. Yes. So they trade. Little awkward, but not terrible. Okay, that is now solved for them, but we are going to cycle the Topiary Panther. Little awkward. Get a swamp. And then... So we have 5. Good sample collector, and hold up Fanatical Strength. I just really want to get on our way to Massacre Girl. So yeah, I'm going to run out the sample collector. I guess it could have been the Rakish Scoundrel face down and grow the tipsters, but we're going to be trading with the sample collectors, so I think we do that, and then next turn we can hopefully Massacre Girl and do some goofy stuff. Might have been better to just play the Panther to trade, but I think we need the card advantage to match their case. We might get very blown out here. But we managed with just a 2-for-1. Okay, lots of disguised, so they're playing the good old 5-color morph from Cons, essentially. But let's run out Massacre Girl. This is lands and creature and enchantment, so we're not having to worry about combat tricks and such off the top of the deck. I think we morph out our face down, and we can hopefully take the hit of whatever they're doing this turn to us. And then we will have some nice indestructible protection in the form of Rakish Scoundrel. Jeez. Chewing through their deck. They're making this guild pact work for them. Yeah, I have to imagine this was a later pickup after they already got Case of the Locked Hothouse. And so they're playing... Okay, we've only seen lands of 4 colors, so they're mostly Gruul, but... Okay, Riftburst Hellion. Fortunately, something we can Death Touch eventually. Ah, and it's a punch rather than a fight. So all of our work for that Massacre Girl was kind of in vain, which is what I was realizing. Not exactly on my game. Okay, we've got another tipster, but we want to leave up 6 mana so that we can block and make it indestructible and kill. So I think we just pass here. We are trying to survive, not win right now. Ah, I do like that they've added a little collect evidence. How much mana value is in the graveyard. Crowd Control Warden just being played straight up. Okay, we block there. This might really hurt, but I don't think it's going to be lethal. And then we trade a tipster. Okay. Vengeful Creeper, we can't immediately destroy the Case of the Locked Hothouse, but we can set up to do that. And it grows our creepers, or our tipsters, my apologies. Like, if we can get the case destroyed, we might be in a half-decent spot. That is certainly rough. Because now we would have to basically block everything under the Warden to kill it, and there's a decent chance they kill our face down card rather than the second tipster. But I think we absolutely need to kill the 7/7, as much as Case of the Locked Hothouse is a huge problem for us. What's it gonna be? What have you got? Something terrifying. Slice from the shadows? Assassin's Trophy. Sad days. Here I am getting too focused on my cool mythic. Massacre Girl, you've been my downfall 2 days in a row. Yeah, not going to be able to do anything against this board, so we will wrap that up. We are currently 0-2, but, you know, we had a mull to 5, and then we faced down the Case of the Locked Hothouse with Leyline of the Guild Pact playing banger into banger. So, now that we've got all the bad luck out, knock on wood, we'll be fine. So we've got Rebel Belt Maverick, which gives us some selection into an Inspector, and go from there. We are really looking for lands. Massacre Girl, you are going to the graveyard, unfortunately. But at least we draw a 3-drop. Or draw a 3rd land. And we can reconstruction her back if we really need it. Red herring. Okay. We play out the Inspector for no value other than hopefully we can get a double block on the herring. Krenko. Let's sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter, and they don't have the red up, so we can just kill the herring. Sweet. Because now we can also pay 1 to make it grow if we wanted, but I think we're going to disguise out. Probably actually the Vengeful Creeper, because then I would feel comfortable double blocking Krenko. Cold Case Cracker. Alright. Oof. More lands would be ideal. But we can also now disguise out another creature. And hopefully draw another land and enervate that Cold Case Cracker. Even though that will get them some Krenko value with the clue. Double Cold Case Cracker. Oh boy. And I guess that has reach, so we can use Airtight Alibi. So, okay. You're saying there's a chance. Okay. Okay. So, we have a blocker. They can make a 1/1 and draw a card. which is not bad, but can they destroy the enchantment? No. And they can't tap down that creature. Okay, so they're tapping down our creeper. But they don't know it's a creeper. Oh, really hurting for that land. But I think we run out the sample collector and pass the turn. Okay. Just growing their goblins. At this point, if I had the opportunity, I might even actually enervate Krenko instead. Okay. Hedge Whisperer. And we could try attacking in with stuff. Like, I could Maverick onto the sample collector and then exile Massacre Girl. And attack with a 4/5, which they probably just block. So I think we will put a counter on the Inspector to dodge the 5 damage removal spell, since they haven't shown us black. If they have the white destroy something power 4 or greater, we're very sad, but I think I'm more concerned about the red spell from what I've seen. Okay, they've got something, I imagine. Actually, probably block the 2/2 so that they don't get the artifact value. Ah, okay. Suspicious detonation. Fanatical strength. Oh my... Is there anything we can do to dig ourselves out of this situation? So they're attacking. 3 in the air we can't block. So we've got 4 blockers. Only 1 gets through, so I think we just hold up Fanatical Strength so that we can actually kill something more easily. If they decide to go all out. Okay. We will block here and Fanatical Strength just to save a blocker. Oh my... So we surveilled 2. And we have drawn no lands. We are just dead. Okay. Well, a gorgeous 0-3 draft. Took 50 minutes. Ouch. Well, even if you are sometimes a good drafter, shiz happens. So, one moment, let me put that into my little draft calculator off screen, I suppose. That was a painful, painful draft. Dropped down to 53% win percentage. But at least we've still only been paying 55 gems per pack. So, even though this might run a little long, hello, Cholera! You just missed possibly the most depressing draft I have had in a very long time. Went 0-3 with the first game, running into a Molta 5 because we, in our 2-color deck, drew only 1 color and all the cards of the opposite, into getting Leyline of the Guild Pact and Case of the Forgotten Hothouse. No worries! Again, you are under no obligation to pop into my streams. I appreciate having folks here, but I'm doing a thing, and if you feel like making it and enjoying it, you're welcome to, and no pressure. But yeah, so into sort of a goofy 5-color, I guess it was 4-color deck that trounced us, but, fair play to them, into a 2-land hand with some Surveil that then just drew into no other lands for like 5 consecutive turns. So, bit crushing, but on the bright side, that means I'm just going to run back another draft. So it's like you're here at the very beginning, right? Yep, quite painfully. But all that said, how's it going for you today? Hopefully, better luck overall. Come on. 8th in the queue. There we go. Okay. Okay. Ah, I see. Hopefully that's a nice and comfy experience and not an awkward one like some folks have. So, yesterday we took Massacre Girl and things went poorly. This morning we took Massacre Girl and things went poorly. But the third time surely is the charm, right? I mean, okay, Guild Pact I don't think is actually good. Clandestine Meddler can be decent. Makeshift Binding is good removal, but like, she's just a good creature. It can't be because I'm drafting her, right? Like, that's just seeing patterns where there aren't any. So, Repeat Offender, I've been a big fan of. Mistway Spy, I don't think is actually that good. Criminologist is a fine blue beater. Shock feels like it should be good, except they have Ward 2, so they aren't. So it isn't. Could take a Topiary Panther. But, like, Repeat Offender's good. I'm feeling very nervous about the draft format now. That Massacre Girl portending doom. Kinda, sorta. Wither basically just means, in a lot of ways, that the damage your creatures deal is permanent. It's basically whenever the damage is dealt, that damage, rather than being marked, is marked as -1/-1 counters, so that it sticks around and can shrink things over time. Furtive Courier, I think, is decent. That 1 red card. Oh, the Soul Scar Mage, yes. Oh, why is it not letting me click on Arena? What is up? No, I do not. Oh, shoot. I need to close the client, and hopefully everything will be fine, because for some reason, the Arena decided to stop accepting and registering my clicks. Yeah, I think it's the Soul Scar Mage that you're talking about. I might not remember it, but the, like, 1 mana red, 1/2. Okay, so we are forced into green. Well, we aren't actually forced into green-black, but that was, I think, a decent one. Bite Down on Crime is actually a really sick card. I think we're okay. I think we're decent. Killer Among Us, I think, can do some goofy things, especially now that I haven't just been running complete high drop into high drop before seeing it. So I think, okay, Pick Your Poison, I don't think is a great sacrifice spell. So yeah, I think we'll go Killer Among Us. Whew. That was stressy. So we'll go Killer Among Us. Yep. Well, in fairness, I just closed one of the little untapped overlay things, so that might have been part of the issue, but easier to blame Arena, I think. Um, Rope, I do like the reach effect. I think Snarling Gorehound isn't super great in green-black, and I think equipment is kind of decent. Agency Coroner, not super impressed. I do think we can take one Cerebral Confiscation, though. That's a treat. Mind Rot effects aren't always great, but being able to do more selective stuff, I think, is quite nice. Alright. Public Thoroughfare for some... Actually, Flotsam Jetsam. We kind of got with Jetsam in the draft earlier, and we can also do Flotsam. If we get some collect evidence stuff, that can be cute, and it's kind of card draw, and Jetsam is pretty sweet. Just lets us steal something. So, we'll go for it. Oh, hey, there's that ley line of the Guild Pact again. But let us go with the Unscrupulous Agent. Get a leg up. I don't think we're going super wide, so let's take the Eavesdropper. Macabre Reconstruction, I think is good. Or at least I think can be. Don't think we're actually going to probably play Chalk Outline. I don't think we've got a whole lot of collect evidence. Assemble the players. Not what we're looking for. Greenbelt Radical. Get a small overrun. Or a second Cerebral Confiscation. Don't think we want the second Cerebral Confiscation. So, Greenbelt Radical we're more likely to play. Yeah, okay, Soulscar Mage is from Amonkhet. And yeah, it's basically... Soulscar Mage is giving Wither to your burn spells, whereas Wither is for your creatures. Makes perfect sense. Slice from the Shadows is good removal. I like picking that up. And A combos well with Massacre Girl. What else would we want? Are we in the wrong colors? Nervous Gardener is a nice low drop. But I do think we don't pass good removal. Tunnel Tipster, even though betrayed us a little bit last time, I think is very good. Even if we don't have a whole lot of... Assassin's Trophy would be pretty sweet. Even with only one disguise, I think I like a Monodork that has incidental value. Oh! Cholera, I think you're my good luck charm. Well, there we go. Damn. You're not secretly in the draft, are you? Well, that is a wonderful pickup. And then I think we are happy with this Vengeful Creeper. Damn, okay. Exactly. First clip of the channel. I think I can probably do a supercut of the 3 Massacre Girl picks. Okay, Vengeful Creeper. What's our curve looking like? Could certainly use some more low drops, but that kind of seems to be my constant theme in this set. Unscrupulous Agents, I think is... I really like playing the Unscrupulous Agent on 2. Rebel Belt Maverick, I think, is good if you're doing more collect evidence-y things, but we don't have a lot of synergies with it. I haven't either. I think I can do it retroactively, but it's all a learning process. No worries. I think we take a decent 3-drop. Helps us get some stuff to beat through. Presumed Dead is a decent combat trick. I think we take that over a second Rope. Okay. I guess we take the second Confiscation and just probably don't play it. Rot Farm Mortipede probably won't make the cut, but we can. Persuasive Interrogators almost certainly not, but we could play them just as a big beater. Get a leg up, still probably won't, but sure. It's a playable card. Lost in the Maze. Not what we're looking for, but hey, we got past the Assassin's Trophy, so I think we're still feeling pretty good on our rare options. Extract a Confession. I wish that I could do the creature and non-creature split. Extract a Confession is decent, but I like getting some fixing that can also just be played out as a 2/2. Because yeah, it just fetches the land into our hands. Second Slice, I'm pretty happy about. So we've got double Slice and Assassin's Trophy, so we can hopefully just deal with whatever gets thrown at us. Judith, don't think is splashable. Could take another Tipster or an Inspector. I think I would put Slice a lot higher than Murder in this set. Mostly because Murder is great for just zodding something big, but a lot of the creatures that you really want to deal with seem to be in the 4 to 5 power range, which I think is totally doable for 5 or 6 mana by the time those are coming out, drawing your Slice from the Shadows instead of the Murder. And it's a lot more efficient at dealing with the disguised creatures, and there are a lot of games where you just really early want to be getting something off the board, where the Murder you're going to have to wait until turn 5, the Slice you can get down on turn 3 and not worry about the ward. I think we're going to go with the Topiary Panther for some top end that can help us fix. So I'm pretty high on Slice. It served me pretty well. But I also might be thinking about it wrong. I have basically been drafting mostly blue X, a lot, either blue-black or blue-white, so I don't know how it matches up with green as a support. But I think Bite Down on Crime is pretty good for just getting rid of big stuff as well. Alley Assailant, I think, is decent as a 3-drop, whether we are disguising it or just playing out as a 3/3 eventually. I don't think Extract a Confession makes the cut when we've got the other very good removal, so we'll take the Topiary Panther just in case. Case of the Trampled Garden, I think, triggers fairly easily. I don't know if... I didn't know... I don't know if you're saying that as a statement of fact or if you're asking. I don't know if that's how the draft works, but if it does... I'm under the impression that the draft isn't matched that way, since I think they're just trying to get people into the draft as soon as possible. I think the ranking only matters for the gameplay matchups. Well, okay. I'm not going to play Judith, but I'm also not going to play the Mortipede, so it's okay, Judith. We'll find a brawl deck for you. Okay, don't think we're playing that either, but we've got it as an option. Okay. Yep. But you still got it across. I'm also just a little bit tired. And um okay. So I think we cut get a leg up. Rope also probably doesn't make the cut, but here, let's T Kriyat. Ooh, yeah, we have a lot of non-creature spells. So I think we cut the rope. Presume dead, I don't think we necessarily need. Flotsam and Jetsam is cute, but I think we'd rather just slam a panther. Um, are there any of our creatures that we're like really sad about and probably don't want to be playing? We can play that as a 3-drop. Yeah, and I think that's the case with a lot of equipment, although the lead pipe, it kind of feels like a bone splitter. So I think that one's a really good equipment. Um, and I feel like I'm forgetting what the knife. Yeah, there was like the bow that you could pay extra to make an elf and equip it from Call Time, I think. I kind of liked that because then it was a late game body um, that stuck around, at least in part. But this is basically a creature, since it's all about making creatures. Macabre Reconstruction, I like, but I think these effects are often kind of slow, but we do have a lot of big stuff that we can get back with it. Um, Kinda, sorta. Because Form Mirrodin is a lot more similar to the living weapon mechanic from the first time we went to Phyrexia, where it makes the token for free and then attaches. These ones where you could play them out. I think the bow you could play for like 1 and a green, and then pay. I think the equip cost was either like 3 or 4. It was kind of ridiculous. But you could then later game almost more as a kicker, pay an additional like 2 and a green, and then it would make, I think, a 1/1 elf that it had it automatically attached. So similar deal to Four Mirrodin, but a very sort of different vibe. The equipment is not itself just a creature, it's an equipment that you can pay extra to also make it a creature, which is a lot worse, but still occasionally playable as like your 23rd card. Um, 2 more cuts here. We're pretty good on removal. We might cut confiscation. We've already got double unscrupulous agent for hand attack. Um, and it probably is just the macabre reconstruction, because otherwise we're probably cutting a creature. Um, so we can also play that on 3. And yeah, it's not shifting, but like that's an okay curve. Yeah, she is. It's a little awkward, but I think we're actually relatively heavy black. Um, I think we can make this work, especially double Topiary Panther lets us smooth stuff over, and we've got the Nervous Gardener. Um, I think we do probably cut the Macabre Reconstruction, just because I find that there's often not a good window to play it. Especially if you're doing self mill, I think this is great. If you're doing just big value things, I think this can be good, but I find that these spells are often worse than just playing another creature. So I think I'm going to cut it. If we find ourselves in a lot of late game stuff, I might bring it back in, but I think we're good like this. So we've got Golgari again. So let's go with Nissa, because she does have a checkered past. And Witherbloom. What's a good deck name? Oh, trophy for a trophy? Because we've got that Assassin's Trophy, so hopefully we're just going to run 7-0, right? Get that trophy. Alright. Let's see. Why not Dina or Vraska? Well, mostly because I don't think I have either Dina or Vraska. I don't spend a huge amount on cosmetics. Yeah, I don't have access. And hey, you know, we need to bring more awareness to the fact that Nissa has some weird ties to the Lorwyn elves who are really unfortunately genocidal. Um Look, I love the cute little Bogart goblins from the plane of Lorwyn, and the elves call them eye blights and murder them for sport, man. And Nissa's first planeswalk was popping into Lorwyn going, cool, this seems sweet. Alright, later, bye. I'm gonna go back to my home plane of Zendikar and go, yeah, screw all those other planes. My plane's the one that matters, so I'm going to release the Eldrazi. Like, if that's not some sort of tinge of black mana, ambition at any cost, even if it's to protect her home plane, I don't know what is. And she got Nissa of the Shadowed Boughs, right? She got a green-black card. There was some acknowledgement. But now they've kind of painted her over to be a very like, ah yes, nature, I listen. Okay. This is clunky, but we do have a 2-drop, and we can cycle the Panther for a second black source if we need it. And we've got an Assassin's Trophy. So I think this is an okay 2-land hand. I'm sure that will come back to bite me, but... Oh, and see, we drew another 2-drop. We're fine. We could really use the land. Fugitive Codebreaker. This card, so, okay, Prowess. Turn face up, discard. Okay, interesting. I think we will run out the Unscrupulous Agent. Exiles a card, and unless they have a non-creature spell, actually blocks the Codebreaker pretty well. But, ooh, okay. So maybe they have just really built around this card. Guess we'll find out. Pompous Gadabout cannot be blocked by... Well, okay, well, basically cannot be blocked by a disguised creature. So we could repeat Offender so that we could block the Gadabout. We could also just develop out the Radical, which probably uses our mana better. I don't think we Assassin's Trophy at this point. Like, this is a manageable threat, and we don't want to ramp them. So I think we run out the Repeat Offender, offering a trade with the Gadabout, and just sort of sit here. They mulliganed a fair bit. No, they're at 5. No, okay, we're even. It's just we ate a card out of their hand, which feels good. So, like, I think we're okay. Punch spell, and then we get hit. Good tempo play. They are stuck on land. I think we run out the Massacre Girl. And hopefully they don't have another punch spell. I think we block here, because it saves us the damage and it actually shrinks it. Because I think the way they win this game is just out-tempoing us, it seems. So we could We could Radical hold up Assassin's Trophy for a potential blowout. We could also Case of the Trample, Pyrotechnic Performer. I haven't done a lot of red, so I don't know which one you're talking about. I will look at it after this in just a moment. But, we could also Case of the Trampled Garden and just make Massacre Girl huge, which I think they would have already killed her by now if they had the 4 or greater power thing. So I think a lot of their ability to kill her is going to depend on the size of the spell. So I think we do this and then we just hold up Assassin's Trophy for potential blowouts. And just try and stay alive. Okay. Because next turn we can also just play Greenbelt Radical as a big beefy 4/4. So Pyrotechnic Performer. Oh, the 3/2 that flips up and just zots someone. Yeah, that seems powerful. Okay. I'm also wondering, do we just Assassin's Trophy now that they've gotten the land? We could just kill the Codebreaker. Oh, yeah, that we love things that burn folks out. I think we do hold the trophy. Like, this is a wide board, this is scary, but we could also... okay. I think we just run out the Greenbelt Radical as a 4/4. Because we are mostly here just trying not to die to them having a removal spell or an overrun or something. This solves the case. So, if we get to a point where we feel a little safer, we can start attacking pretty effectively, especially since Wither. But yeah, no. Pyrotechnic Performer being able to just zot things out of nowhere for... I mean, it's just turns all your disguised creatures into little miniature lava axes, which is so cool. I don't think there's enough cheaty ways to flip things face up, to make, like, a constructed deck work like that, but I would love to see it. Is there, like, flip everything face up card? I feel like there's gotta be. Although I guess then that gets weird rules interaction-y with Cloak and Manifest, so... Okay, so... we are just staring each other down. I do think I can... so I can Topiary Panther, or I can Nervous Gardener, flip it up, and again hold up Assassin's Trophy. So if they were to attack... so if I attack, they just take 5, I'm almost certain. And then they swing back. I can block their 3/1, I take 2. Okay, no, actually, I probably blocked that, so 4. They tap that, and then I take 5. 7, and then who knows how much from that. But I guess I can also block with this, so... yeah, let's run this out ward. And let's try attacking. Let's get risky. Because I don't think we're winning simply sitting here. We've got the Assassin's Trophy. It's a panic button in case stuff goes very, very, very wrong. And we do have a very respectable amount of power and toughness on the board. And they need to be very careful about their attacking, because we draw quite a few cards if they get it wrong. I mean, if this is an overrun effect, that might have... Okay, so... Bite down on crime makes it so it will be 5 damage. And we can't do it this turn. Okay. Oh, ow. Okay, that is actually... So, we will probably be trading off our Massacre Girl here. Oh, wait, no, because we can flip this... Oh, we can flip this face up to block the Gadabout. If they... Okay, so... Turn it face up. Fetch a swamp. And then we are going to pretty much have to block... okay. So Massacre Girl... So we can destroy that and then take... That's going to be 4, 7, go to 4. Or I can just suck it up and block something. Probably block there. And then Assassin's Trophy that. We draw 2 cards. No, we draw 1 card. But this only... We go to 6. Oh, they might have... Okay, we do this, and then I'm afraid they might have... Oh, shoot! I clicked 1 too far. Really wanted to Assassin's Trophy there, but... Okay. That does put us in a risky spot. I am glad that we got the Vengeful Creeper, though. That was a punt. But, okay. We did draw Killer Among Us, which makes a lot of blockers. Let's make... I like goblins. So... Yes. So here... I do think I hold back. I named Goblin. Probably should have named Human, but I also think that pretty much everyone is naming Human for the incidental value, so... Surprise? I'm also not sure if we have a great number of humans in our deck. We certainly don't have other goblins or merfolk. Yes, Unscrupulous Agent is... I don't know. Okay, no witnesses. Okay, so we both investigate and they're destroying all creatures. I think I'm okay with that. I'm actually pretty happy with that, I think, because then we get to just Topiary Panther. Or do we try and run out Rakish Scoundrel and the Alley Assailant? I think big 6/6 is probably just good enough. Especially since it will make itself bigger. If they top deck a Lightning Helix, we're pretty much just dead anyway, because we also can't flip up the assailant right now. Okay, Market Watch Phantom. So I think we'll probably be slicing that next turn. I think we're probably going to disguise out the alley assailant, and then slice the Phantom holding up Assassin's Trophy, and just, yeah, praying that they don't have a Helix. Because I really don't want to trophy them at the moment. Okay. Zoom on in. And then Alley Assailant. And we can even Tunnel Tipster. No, we probably shouldn't Tunnel Tipster, because if they've got something to pump the slice... Do we just try slicing now? I think we just try slicing now. Give them fewer draws. Okay. Still want to hold up Assassin's Trophy in case there's some sort of haste nonsense. Hide in plain sight. Okay. They get to cloak some stuff. It's not a lightning helix, so feel alright. Especially since we'll be able to zop them for 3. Because, yeah, so I think next turn, we attack in, put the counter there, and then it takes them down to 5. I don't think they can block, especially with that second slice. Or do they have something? Is one of this the Loxodon that flips up and turns it into a detective? Because this is 11 power. They can block 4, maybe a little bit more if they flip something up, but then we're also... And both of our things have trample, so I can wait on the slice. Okay, yeah, that made it... No. Oh, they thought they could make an extra body, but no. Because it's not entering at that point. Okay. So... 1 win. Feeling a little bit better. Oh, actually, hold up. I should check. What is the creature distribution? So, how many humans do I have? What is my upside? Yeah, I only have 2 humans, so the Assassin and the Massacre Girl. So, I do think that I wasn't doing it fully thinking about how many humans we had, but I do think that doing it on a non-human is probably better for surprise, since I'm guessing people are going to think it is on the human most of the time. At least in a green-black deck. In red, there's a reasonable chance it's on Goblin. I don't think there's... I guess Simic does have Merfolk. JK3. 3 jokes? Okay. Tipster or Agent into a face-down Vengeful Creeper. Probably Tipster if we get our way. Because then we can untap and have a 5/5. Oh wait, no, it's 6. Why did... Oh, because I saw... Ugh. Okay. Okay. I'm silly. Okay, we've got a 3/2, but I do think we still do the Vengeful Creeper plan, because then we can Mortipede, and then hopefully get Goofy. Okay, so this is detective.deck. They do have some cases we might like to destroy. Do we trade for that? We're going to take a lot of beats, but we're going to get down the Mortipede next turn, so I think we can take 1 turn of it. And that also, so long as they don't kill our Tipster, guarantees either flipping it up or making a 6/5 next turn. Okay, I think we'll be making it. We'll be flipping up our 5/5 and destroying their ability to fly, or at least the ability on that one to fly. That said, I certainly would enjoy something that was I would enjoy not a land going forward. And I think we do need to get a little aggressive with our big stuff. Ezrim. Okay. Assassin's Trophy? Or Slice? Something? That is not anything that can deal with flying. So, I think we simply lose to flying, right? Because none of those are reach. I'm not forgetting any of them. Yeah. Coolio. So I guess not attacking, we could have blocked and it would have had one more turn. But I think Ezram just snowballs if we don't have the removal that turn. And I think that if we don't attack, they are a lot more aggressive. I think we need to attack to win the game. But there are a lot of surprises in the format, so I might be a bit more... I might be less cautious than I should be right now. Magic 90-2010. Okay. This is one of those hands that I'm tempted to keep. Got a 2-drop. We've got a lot of black mana, but I don't think it's right. This is probably a bit more doable. I think... So we can't cast Massacre Girl. We technically can't cast any of these. We do need to draw more land. I think Massacre Girl does help a lot. I think Culvert Ambusher is probably the hardest for us. Or the most turns off of it. But it might be the Eavesdropper. It does have Disguise. This is a fair point. But we're also a long way off of turning it face up off the Disguise, and we've already got some 3-drops. But you are not wrong. The Tipster helps. We draw a Swamp, we get to turn 3 Massacre Girl, but we'll probably be doing the Eavesdropper. We will absolutely take that. Le Swamp. Oh. So they can't long goodbye us. They don't have Murder up. Like, we just play a 4/4 Menace that can maybe draw cards? Oh, Counterspell. There's the... Yep, they're going to Counterspell it and make something suspect. No. Okay. My forgetfulness was actually bravery. That would have been the big depresso, and I would have had no one to blame but myself. What you fetchin'? If it's a swamp, I'm scared. I'm scared. Huzzah. I'm glad to get awards for my incredible thoughtfulness and high-level IQ plays. Is this... What is this? Okay. Okay, that was a 2-for-1. They do get to 5 us, but... that's certainly not the worst outcome. I think we eavesdropper and smack in for 1. Wow. Yeah. That's a rough usage, but I think it was the correct call. Volt Strider. Oh, boy. So, they can use that to bite down again. Crew 2. So, options here. You draw a card, see what we get, and smack in with a 4/4. And then probably disguise out the scoundrel. Or I could kill her among us. Or I could hold up Slice for dealing with the Volt Strider, but I think I like drawing a card. Maybe we hit a land. We do hit a land. We absolutely attack in. They've got something for us. I know that they can crew defensively, but they don't get to cast anything with that, so... I think instead of the 2/2, I like actually doing Unscrupulous Agent, because they do only have 2 cards in hand. It does have crew 2, but you can also collect evidence 6 to essentially crew it. So what's going to happen here is they are going to probably crew it, and then attack, bite down on crime, likely the Volt Strider onto our eavesdropper. And then we will be taking 6. Unless I block with the agent. So it might have been more effective to do the slice. Oh, because the slice would prevent the bite. Yeah, that was silly. We all have our days. Bite. Yep. I do think we just take 6 here. Yeah, man. That was... had a great opportunity there, and goofed it. So if I do 3, so they're going to do presumed dead this upcoming turn, so we just want to block. So let's lay out a lot of blockers. And we'll do the human in case they do kill some of the other things. Because we do still have our 2-1, the repeat offender. One thing I have been considering, I didn't figure out the technology yet, but for some of the dead spaces during a game, I think it would be fun to have like a little wheel of trivia. Because I don't know how to comment on them thinking. There's so many things that could go wrong, and just my pure unadulterated terror I don't think is constantly amusing. So the surveil went to top, which is concerning. Crew 2. Alright. Attack on in. Probably as a 6-4. Yup. And unfortunately, this poor goblin gets to go under the bus. And it's actually almost literally a bus. Okay. Greenbelt Radical, so we can double disguise, although that only triggers the tipster once. So we could also take out the face down card. I think we attack with the human for 4. And just get that out of the way, because we need some bigger blockers. And it can only trigger on attack. And then I think we get down the Rakish Scoundrel, so that we can prep for a cool Death Touchy Indestructible turn. The Volt Strider, at least at the moment, doesn't have any other spell tricks, and then Slice from the Shadows. Actually, I think we slice the... First we attack. Then I think we'll slice the face down card, so that they hopefully can't crew with the 4/4 this next turn. They might play something big and scary, but I'm afraid of this getting out of range of, yeah, that would have been out of range of our slice. We could have done it another turn, but we also need to be developing the board out, I think. Fortunately, it's only instant or sorcery spells, so okay, they will be able to attack with the 4/4, but we can jump with the merfolk, and it's not going to do anything super scary. And collect evidence... Okay, collect evidence is 6 or greater, so you could just completely overdo it to get any and all instants and sorceries from your graveyard, I guess. Suppose that's of interest to note. Used Slice on their face down card, which turned out to be a Basilica Stalker, just because I want to get ahead of it. No worries. So Basilica Stalker when it was face down. Okay, so we can hold back that for Indestructible shenanigans. So I think I just crack in. It's a 4/4. And if they want to trade their Volt Strider, I'm okay with that, because then we just pop off the Indestructible now. Okay. And I would like to be developing, but I think we really need to hold that up to keep protected. 6 mana is an awful lot, but Indestructible is a good effect. Okay. Making a 4/4. Omitted making stickers for the set. Not quite following. Like, the, like, emote stickers. I don't know. I haven't looked. Wizards of the Coast was going through a lot of, I know that they cut back on a lot of departments recently, so I'm wondering if some of the folks who coordinate the art, that might have been part of it. So flyer is bad. We do not have a lot of anti-flying. But we block there, we make indestructible. They go up to 17, which is a lot harder for us to race. But racing is probably one of our only hopes at this point. Unless we draw Assassin's Trophy, our second slice. Yeah. I think those are our only options for flying. No, bite down on crime would also work. Tipster does not, in fact, work. Yeah, I know. I might actually board it in. Because we are very, very, very weak to flying. Okay, I think I definitely put out the Radical. And probably the Mortipede. Just get out the beef. And we'll attack with the 4/4 and the 3/3. They want to double trade, but the Greenbelt Radical, I think, gives us a potential option to race if these do get to make it through. Okay. Scary. If this is a flyer or something very big and tramply, we are just probably dead. They exiled Killer Among Us. Okay. Yep. So 2-turn clock. But if we don't attack, it's a 3-turn clock, and we're skipping a turn anyway in that, so... Any life gain outside of creatures. Don't know. I don't think so. Okay, so our option is... So, okay, we have to tap that to do everything. So that would be 2, 5, 7, 11, 16. It might be enough. So we will do the almost flunge. We need to hold back the tipster. But we can attack with everything else and turn it face up. And unless they turn this face up into something that can block a whole lot, I think we have lethal. So 2, 7, 9, 13. Oh, wait. 2, 7, 9, 13, 18, and 22. So they need to... Okay, they're currently blocking 3, so they need to gain or block an additional 3 here. What have you got? Do we win? Or do you kill us? There's no in between. Oh, this is tense. No, no, don't look at creatures that you might... No! Okay, they got it. Man! We were close. We were close. But flyers, man. While I am tempted to bring in rope, it's just, that's not a good option. We've got like 4x removal that are all really solid. I think we just run it back. Rope's just, it's not a good way to deal with it. We want to deal with it by just killing them before. Before, or at least pressuring them enough. Get our big stuff out so that they have to block with their flyers rather than hit our face with their flyers. Titan. Okay. Okay. Look. We've got our land. We can cast a 4-drop. We've got removal. We could ship it off. We're gonna draw a bunch more land. But, like... I think it's keepable. We're going to feel real sad if we lose with this hand. But... if we just draw land, we're going to feel real sad. But I don't think we're going to probably look at a better 6. So... it begins. Okay. A little behind, but hey, buddy. You do things. You get us to a faster Topiary Panther. And our opponent isn't doing a whole lot. Demir artifacts. Okay. Okay, wasn't really looking for the forest, but we'll make it work. We're good on land now, I think. Rude. Very rude. Well, we play out the 6/5 and then probably slice our own Mortipede. Another land, I see. Murder? Close enough. Okay. On those 2/3 beats. Well, second Panther. Swing for 1. We just need more gas. Okay. Well, let's Unscrupulous Agent. Make him make some decisions. Okay. I like investigating. So they really don't want to discard what's in their hand. But I do think we still just slice. And smack in for 7. Okay. We are ahead on board. They might wrath us. There is the black 5 mana destroy everything. No, it is a disguise. Okay. They are digging. I like them digging. Okay. I am worried about the Wrath. But is that a... It's a rare. Is that... They didn't block. If they were going to Wrath, they'd probably block. So, like, we play it, yeah? Is this secretly our doom? My luck has been atrocious, so I'm like, they're gonna have the Wrath. But if they don't have the Wrath, and they're likely to not have the Wrath, you play to the board, you go wide, you make it harder if they play another creature. Okay, slice for 5. Can't do much about that. And I think we just turn this face up in case we draw something that we'd rather be doing. Because it can only force a creature to block, and they're probably going to block with it anyway. Okay. Eavesdropper lets us draw a card. I think we do that pre-combat. I don't think there's a lot they can do for 1 blue. Oh, no, because we probably want this able to do vigilance things. Well, okay. We attack with everything, because they have to block the 4/5, otherwise it's lethal. So we get in for 3. I don't think we have a combat trick that helps it. We're already paying 2, so a slice doesn't do it, so they go to 2. We've got a draw, we've got a good board. Are we going to be able to make it next turn? Okay. Okay. Repeat offender, not bad. Let's draw. See our options. Make it a 4/4. Okay. Swamp is not terrible. So we attack with everything. The 1/1, yeah, no. We attack with everything. Because even if they do kill something, they're still going to probably need to double block. Okay. So they've got a kill spell for the 4/4. They do not have a kill spell for the 4/4. Okay. I am on edge. Okay. Okay. Come on. 1 more game, and we're not feeling sad about the draft. Or at least our gems aren't feeling sad about the draft. Okay. Fish. An amazing character from... Oh, what was that show called? I can't for the life of me. It's got Wojciechowicz. I'll need to look it up. Double green, we could cycle the Panther. and get our black. And then we've... That's not... It's not the worst plan. Think we do that? I am loath to pitch creatures, but if we don't... I don't think that's the worst way to spend a turn, too. Or we draw a swamp, and we're looking kind of okay. Gulta, Primal Hunger. Stompy-lish. Oh, adorable. You also like to hold on to the big things? Oh, I didn't even notice! Friendship. Okay. Sorry. Why is it defaulting to 2 mana? Because I can't collect evidence. Interesting, okay. I think we Meddler? I think we suspect our 1/1, and we Surveil. We need land. I also don't love milling a slice, but we do need land. Face down card, okay. We can slice the 2/2, and then attack in with both, getting another Surveil. Museum Nightwatch, I feel very happy getting that before it gets to get insane value. Oh, no. No, don't make me do this. I mean, we've got Bite Down on Crime, and we need the land. Even if we use the Panther, we still need land. Oh, that hurts. Look at their fancy land base over here. My goodness. Okay. So we Topiary Panther. We grab a second swamp. And we will be able to bite down on crime if we need to, but first I think we attack in with just the 3/2, offer the trade. They do not take it, and we'll exile something from their hand. Man, Trophy in the Yard hurts. Okay. They got rid of one of their removal spells, so they're not worried about what we're doing. Slime against humanity. There's Slimin'? Okay. Goofy as it is. So we can... Actually, we probably wait a turn. We'll Rot Farm Mortipede this turn. And then next turn we can bite down on crime, possibly using the Mortipede for the lifelink, but otherwise we can use the Unscrupulous Agent to give it the attack buff and just crack on in. But I like giving this Menace and lifelink. Okay. So yeah, I think we're going to bite down on crime with our 1/1, so it becomes a 3/1, kill the slime, and then we can swing in with a 4/4 and a 3/2, and their disguise options are going to be bad. They might have something to kill the 1/1. So maybe we do just Mortipede? Yeah, I guess, because that could very easily be a long goodbye. So we'll do the Mortipede. And we will kill the ooze. Dumping the panther. We gain 6 life. And then we swing in with both of these. Probably gaining another 6 life. Which is not super crucial, but gives us some breathing room even if they do turn around the momentum. What did they... Vengeful Creeper? Okay. And we've got Repeat Offender. Which, when we're kind of stuck on mana, is not as good, but can help. Okay. Push the Mortipede. So we've got Disguise and turn a land into a 5/5 against a decent lineup of creatures. Second Panther, okay. Well, we pitch the Panther. Let's grab another Swamp. So we can play Culvert Ambusher and then flip it up next turn. And then we're kind of not doing anything this turn. And they might make a 5/5. They probably make a 5/5. Or we can Repeat Offender, make it a 2/2 that they'd have to double block. They might unmorph into something. Guess that could be a Fairy Snoop. Are we scared of the Fairy Snoop? I think we are scared of the Fairy Snoop, so I think we run this out and we don't do anything. And then next turn we can Killer Among Us, probably? Oh, we Killer Among Us on human. And then we can trade with the land. We Killer Among Us on human, and then we bide our time. This can only be done as a sorcery, so if they don't do it here, we get to turn up the Ambusher and force them to block with the 0/3 and murder it. Oh, no, no, no. That is very not good, but okay, at least we can prevent the 5/5 from becoming a thing. Because I don't think they're ever going to not attack with the Vindicator. Yikes. And we've already used all of our removal, pretty much. Yep, all of our removal is in the bin. Oh, man. Well, that's even more terrifying. Well, this isn't going to improve that, so we attack in. We see what they've got going on. Some sort of spell. Okay, lots of lifelink. Man. Big scary mythic. Well, now we're going to shuffle it to the merfolk. We do not have any more humans to worry about. Yep, they just keep on attacking in. At least we did gain a lot of life. I think we can outrace them? Man. We need something big. Lockstone Eavesdropper draws us a card? and can be a pretty decent body. I think we do just crack the clue now, searching for any and everything, even though it's 1 point of damage. Man, some of those decisions we had to make early game to get to where we are hurt. Why did they tap everything? Come on now. Oh, wow. Okay, we just got robbed. Jeez. That hurts. Good. So, they've got... At least we know they didn't get removal. Waka waka. Jeebus. Man. Yep. Tipster. And they got our Massacre Girl. Ah. Pain. Yep, and they draw a card. Jeez. Well, here, we can take a look at what we have left in our deck. Is there anything that could have dug us out of this situation? Trampled Garden could have helped a little bit with the aggro. Greenbelt Radical, but no, don't think so. Ouch, and there's no point attacking. Yeah, that's... Woo, so yesterday was 1-3, and this morning we got an 0-3 and a 2-3. Oh. Okay, Massacre Girl. Apparently undraftable mythic. Ooh, and it's even Wither Murder. Yeah, we'll just... Oh. I did not. No, I did overall have fun, but damn, okay. Pretty much 3,000 gems just kind of into the toilet. Yikes. Well, I think that's going to do it for Magic for today. I think I'm going to go nurse my wounds a little bit, and maybe go burn a couple copies of Massacre Girl if I can get my hands on it. But yeah, ouch. Hopefully, we'll come back tomorrow with some more Magic, and things are going to look a bit brighter. Hopefully, no more Massacre Girl. But in the meantime, have a lovely rest of your time, and if you feel like it, I will be at 2 p.m. PST coming back online and playing some Night in the Woods. And hopefully, no more last-minute emergencies that I need to go deal with. So, thank you for watching. It's been a blast, and catch y'all later. Bye.